Greetings, it is I, the Fiendish Dr. Phil Nichols, coming to you for the August 2015 installation of From the Lab. Well, it's been real hot in the 100s, 100, 101. We've had northeast winds, which is a dry wind, so it's been hot and dry, which has helped things dry pretty quickly. I am currently knee-deep in finishing a little more than half the first half of the series, so you'll see a lot of things in the works. The 1966 penguins are in their final phase. I still have to paint the teeth and do the hair work and make sure that everything looks like it should look like. There's a couple of air bubbles and dings on a couple of them I need to go in and patch and then fill again that I didn't catch before. But they'll be done by the end of this week coming up for sure. The lagoon creatures are in the works too. The last two Dark Shadows werewolves. So I'll be finishing off the two released pieces that I offered this year, the Dark Shadows werewolves and the 1966 penguin. Those series are now closed. When these are delivered, that's it. I'm not going to make any more of them. And I'm making way for my next piece to be released, which I am now taking pre-orders for. William Marshall as Blackula, my Scream Blackula Scream Bust, and I got him. I think I did a really good job of getting all the forms of his face and everything just perfectly. The feedback I've gotten from a lot of people is that they just love it, and that makes me happy too. You know, because here is the, you can compare the first one, the Blackula from 1999, to this one. I mean, you know, this is just basically a Halloween mask version, and this is more like an Alvarez wax museum sculpture version. So, you know, and I always try to put a little bit of Henry style in everything that I do, and I think it worked really well for this guy. So again, he is in pre-order. Scream Blackula Scream. I am taking payments for him now. I will mold him just as soon as I can get the front end cleared out. I'm also sculpting out this week the fluffy chest and hands, and I've begun to test base colors for the fluffy head. You'll see that in a minute. I'm working on half the leprechauns. I'm working on the Cesar Romero Dracula piece from Night Gallery. That's a one-of-a-kind thing. And just a lot of busts. I have poured up the last Frankenstein monster from hell. So that edition is closed. No more. It's a very heavy, mean mold. It's worse than the kiwi mold. But anyway, I've rambled on enough. Let's go to the front end, and y'all can have a look there. Well, as you can see, there is a lot of stuff going on, and the lagoon creatures, one of them will have fish eyes, one of them will have alligator eyes. The alligator eyes actually match the box art from when it came out on VHS. There was a poster art of the creature, and he had the slit pupils. So I'm doing one with regular fish eyes, one with the alligator eyes, and two with the glow-in-the-dark eyes. And the glow-in-the-dark eyes, I will contact everybody. But I think they would look better with the alligator pupil. But that's just me. It's whatever you guys want. Happy to do it for you. See, like I said, that's the last two of the Dark Shadows werewolves. They're got their base on now. I'll do the detail paint, and all the Lagoon Creature heads, hands, and chests have been based. And I started doing some dry brushing on them last night so that I could test the glass eyes. Let's see, what have I got? I've got 2, 4, 5, 6 of the last 11 leprechauns are based. There's still 2 drying, and I'll tell you what, I can't make any more of them. I can't. That mold is trashed. I mean, it split apart and all kinds of stuff on the last one, so it's pretty much a dead mold. But it feels very strange. Since it was about a year ago I got into the mold store to start pulling out the molds for the Harvest Reaper special. It feels very strange not to be running leprechauns or dealing with the leprechauns. So, you know, just, you know, that mold I put back in storage, the pieces of it, let me put it that way, because it is a mold in pieces. I'll be working on the hands for the leprechauns this week too. They, you know, getting ready to make the new mold on them. And of course there's the Fluffy. I got to get his chest and hands done, and also get the flexible mold made for his acrylic inserts. And I guess I'll go ahead and start taking pre-orders on the Fluffy as well. So the next 2 releases will be Scream Blackula Scream and the Crate Beast Fluffy. Scream Blackula Scream, all done up, is $325, including shipping in the US. Fluffy will do, since there's a lot of acrylic in the mouth, and that's pretty expensive, we'll have to do him at $375. Glass eyes and the acrylic mouth and foam filled and all that. Now, if you want me to just make you a wearable one, because I did sculpt that on a head for him and it is the right size to be wearable, then I will, you know, that'll just be the standard $300 fee without the acrylic stuff stuck in it. So, you know, just let me know about that. But I'm going to go ahead and start taking pre-orders for the Fluffy and the Blackula now that I'm making headway on all this stuff. Yeah, the Harvest Reaper specials a little more than halfway wound down. When I get the leprechauns out, I've still got a few Creepy Carries to run, a few Bad Moons to run, and then 1 or 2 of the you know, the Anthony Hopkins things. I've got a few of those to make up. Somebody's the guys in Wisconsin, those wonderful people, are taking Anthony Hopkins as Professor Van Helsing and as Sir Talbot. And if any of you want him as Hannibal, because I recently rewatched Silence of the Lambs, the scene where he's beating those guards, if you want me to put the blood spatter on his face after he's beaten the guards, that would be a cool piece too. Sculptures are coming along. You know, Blackula's done. I've got the Wolfman head beginning, and then I've got Captain Quint. I've got that's Robert Shaw, Captain Quint from Jaws. The Christopher Lee, Dracula 80, 1972, with Carolyn Monroe, and the first Norman Bates head. Those that's the order for them. Then it'll be Bela Lugosi and Helen Chandler, and the second Norman Bates head. Then there's a Bub the zombie from Day of the Dead, and there's a couple others that people are talking to me about, but they have not confirmed that I'll be doing them. Oh, and Son of Kong. Scott Solomon wants me to do Son of Kong, so I'll be doing him too. Not actual size. Not actual size. And then I'm going to do, I'll probably just go ahead and do Vincent Price's Egghead and Otto Preminger as Mr. Freeze for the next 1966 Batman series. And I'll do Old Barnabas Vampire and Dr. Hoffman / Magda for the Dark Shadows series. The next one's in that. And so those sculptures will probably take me through Christmas, if not the New Year, and then there'll be more coming. So this winter, when winter hits and I can't really deal with the latex, I'm going to sculpt. I'm just going to sculpt a lot of pieces. So look for 2016 for me to have a lot of things, because there's a lot of stuff that I need to catch up on that I've announced, and then there's some new things, you know, that I'm going to do, like the Carl Kolchak, the Darren McGavin head, and the vampires and monsters from that, and all kinds of stuff. But as you can see, we are coming together with a lot of cool things. Thank you for your patronage. I really appreciate it. You guys are awesome. This has been the Fiendish Dr. Phil Nichols from the lab.